This is a live stream about that. This is a live stream about that. You dig what I'm saying? So let me just tap in with y'all, see how y'all vibrating real quick. Wholeness to the goddess gorgeous knee. Wholeness to just messing with you. Wholeness to Big Or Nick. I'm grateful for my mama. We love the big mamas, man. You grateful for your health, I say. How are y'all feeling? How y'all vibrating? How y'all doing? Like I said, this is a live stream solely based around this is a live stream solely based around how y'all more into y'all spiritual gifts, how y'all can tap more into y'all extrasensory perceptive abilities, y'all telepathy. You know what I'm saying? The abilities that tie more so with the third dimensional chakra grid. So things like feeling, right? Feeling things more in a palpable sense. You know what I'm saying? Like they're actually there around you because they are there around you. Being able to perceive other worlds and other dimensions and other realities. You dig what I'm saying? Um, how many of y'all are beginning to tap into that aspect of yourself? Or how many of y'all are yearning to begin to tap into that aspect of yourself? Because that is a very intrinsic role in you tapping into the next aspect of your abilities and your superpowers, is being able to tap into that fifth dimensional chakra or that third dimensional chakra grid, right? And be able to actualize and facilitate your use of the abilities from each chakra and the abilities that each chakra holds. You dig what I'm saying? Because y'all got to understand, like, it may, and when you get on the journey, it may seem like the chakras are basic, but they really not. Like, you did, because once you tap into the chakra grids that are above the third dimensional chakra grid, and you see the abilities that are tied to these chakras, then it makes you go back and look back at this third dimensional chakra grid and think about what abilities are actually tied to the chakra grid that is inside of my body. You dig what I'm saying? Rich Rising Tiana, how you vibrating? Wholeness to 904 Ken definitely is and is truly becoming an isolated place amongst those who care less. I say 30 minutes Tai Chi exercise. Wholeness to the goddess Nefer Soul. But yeah, so because the thing is, a lot of us should really already be stepping into the fullness of this third dimensional chakra grid so that we can step more into the energy of the 7 year and then begin to tap into the chakras that are above the seven. You dig? I'm learning. You remembering, not learning. Learning means to less earn, but it's all about intention, how you use your words. But I'm remembering to hone the heart chakra as a Libra since we ruled that chakra. Shay, yes, the heart space is definitely powerful, and especially since you're working on a heart space, definitely do some research on the thymus chakra. The thymus chakra. The thymus chakra is a chakra that is inside of your physical body, is right above the heart chakra, and it is tied to the thymus gland. You dig what I'm saying? When you're talking about the thymus gland inside of the anatomy and physiology, the thymus gland deals with T cell and B cell production. It deals with sending these T cells and B cells that are being created from the bone marrow and things like that to the thymus gland so that they know how to be trained. Thymus, THY, thymus. Much gratitude, disgrace God. But yes, so these cells go to the thymus gland in order to remember how to be genetically trained to fight off different foreign invaders inside of the body. You dig what I'm saying? Based off intention. That's their intention. So they're going to the thymus gland to get intentions or to get, you know what I'm saying, roles to carry out. So the thymus chakra assimilates with that in the same nature. The thymus chakra deals with your intention. That's why it's right under the heart chakra. That's how you know we're supposed to manifest and be doing everything through the heart space, because the intention chakra is right by the heart space. It's in between the heart space and the throat chakra. So think about how powerful that is when you have a chakra solely based off of intentions, your intentions that you put into the world, that's right in between two powerful spaces for you to actualize your intentions. You dig what I'm saying? So, like how you see in the rearview mirror, exactly. So, um, when you, and I'm grateful that you brought that up because this goes into what I'm talking about as far as being able to tap more into your spiritual gifts, especially for the beginners. You dig what I'm saying? Because that's a very intrinsic role in for you to do your shadow work and for you to do your inner child healing. Um, when you can incorporate your own spiritual gifts within that, you dig what I'm saying? It's way more powerful. Like for example, like me, like when I go into my meditations and I do my shadow work because I know how to tap into those other aspects of myself. You dig what I'm saying? And then merge with their consciousness to be able to pull that information into my realm, to be able to alchemize situations and things like that, and tap into different things in a more understandable way. I am now able to do my shadow work like it's drawing a picture. You dig what I'm saying? It's simple. You dig what I'm saying? So before we get in, um I want to answer because last time I didn't get to answer really no questions for real talking about the topic that I was talking about yesterday. So if anybody on YouTube or TikTok has questions about anything dealing with how to tap more into your spiritual gifts or any spiritual gifts that you have been tapping into right now, drop them down below. You did? I'm just playing it out to see if I like to answer questions before or after or in between while I'm doing it. You dig? Where do I get crystals? I need some. So you can tap in with the goddess Nefer Soul on TikTok, Nefersoul. And Spirit just keep putting it on me for y'all to tap into this other goddess as well. Her TikTok is Netter T Love 333. So it's NETERTLOVE 333. Tap in with her. Wholeness to the God, chaotic love. Whenever I think of it, something happens. Like what? Whenever you think of what, I don't know if you discussed this, but what is the best way to learn all the chakras and their purposes? Is to be when any there's the best way to remember anything when you're studying it or when you're utilizing it is to write it down or to put it into practice in some way, shape, or form. Because what it will begin to do is etch that programming of what you're trying to embed within your own quantum computer into your subconscious mind, to whereas now your subconscious mind can take that information and begin to magnetize more information for you to consciously understand what you are trying to remember or gain information from. You dig what I'm saying? So when you utilizing the chakras, when you utilizing or you studying the chakras or anything like that, the best way to learn their purposes is studying them and then going into meditation or going into some type of chakra work and being able to implement what you just remembered in your own practices. You dig what I'm saying? That's how I do it. Like when I take notes, I take notes, I read over the notes a couple times and I keep going. And then I take probably like at the end of the week, I take like an hour to 3 hours just reading over the notes. I don't study them, I just read them like I'm reading them from somebody else. I don't sit there and like, all right, I gotta remember this, all right, I gotta remember this. Because then I will tap more into that lack mindset. And then it's like I'm trying to pull that information in. No, I want the information to know that it's safe to integrate inside of me. You dig what I'm saying? Because even knowledge is conscious. Even wisdom is conscious. It has its own consciousness. You dig what I'm saying? Knowledge and wisdom will know if it's for someone. You dig what I'm saying? And know if it's ready to be integrated into that person. That's why when you want to tap into some information, it just seems like it's not sticking. That's because that knowledge seems like it knows that you ain't ready for it for real yet. To be able to expound on it limitlessly and not it's just in the aspect that you want to, because you may tap into some information, right? And for a specific reason, but that information may want to tap into you to experience itself like it never did before. And that comes with everything that deals with that piece of information. So in order for you to really tap in and remember these things from your studies, you need to be able to understand that and be able to work with what you're remembering in a way that you can understand and then be able to expound on it. You dig what I'm saying? Talk to the information. Like I talk to my information. You dig what I'm saying? When I'm sitting there and I'm getting down, I'm talking, I'm like, all right, so this and this, but that don't make sense because how this go with this, but this ain't even from there. But then once I get to talking to it, it'll talk to me back. It'd be like, because this is this over here like this, but you just got to look at it like this. in order to see it like this. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. You dig what I'm saying? Yes, I take notes on anything, any books, videos, etc. you recommend for chakras. Um, what I recommend that you do, Nita May, is do some research on mirror neurons. Do some research on mirror neurons. And then after you do some research on mirror neurons, Nita May, I want you to DM me on Instagram. My Instagram is linked in the bio under this in the description of this YouTube live stream. So you know what I'm saying? Just tap in down there. Tap in down there. You dig what I'm saying? Um, what is your favorite way to receive a download? Any way that it is able to come to me. Um, all right. All right. So mirror neurons, yes. So for anybody, right, who is looking to get deeper into their soulistic soulality practices, you dig what I'm saying? Not spirituality no more. You did. It's still spirituality the long way, but I upgraded it to soulality. You dig what I'm saying? To soulality. Because we're literally just souls in reality. You did. Also spirit in reality, but we're also souls in reality as well. So how do you tap into more of that limitless aspect dealing with your soul in this reality? Wow, fam, I talk to myself. It does talk back. Thank you, Ashe. You see what I'm saying? Ashe. Um, but any questions dealing with anything that is not pertaining to this live stream, just save those for the end. Any questions that is pertaining to this live stream, y'all can drop them down below and I'll answer them as I go. But yes, anybody who is looking to tap more into how they can understand their abilities, or you know what I'm saying, how they can tap more into their abilities, right? Your first thing to do is to be able to understand your abilities as you're utilizing them, as you are activating, as they are coming into fruition. You dig? There's a lot of people activating right now. A lot of people having Kundalini awakenings, and their energy is becoming so powerful to the point that they aren't able to really tap into it in the way that they need to tap into it. For example, right? My first Kundalini awakening I had when I was still in the Bible, and all I was doing was praying, fasting, and meditating. And after I alchemized my energy and things like that, when I had the Kundalini awakening, it did what it was supposed to do in a sense, because the energy work that I was doing prior to me having the Kundalini awakening. Now, the energy work that I was doing prior to me having the Kundalini awakening was simplistically just breath work and moving my energy all around my body. I was moving my energy all around my body. I didn't know how I was doing it. I didn't know how. I wasn't worried about the how. I just was worried about knowing that I could do it. So I began to move my energy all around my body with breath work and things like that, to where when I had the Kundalini awakening, I was expanding and contracting my aura and things like that too. To whereas when I had my Kundalini awakening, and then energy began to resurge and reemerge within my vessel and my avatar, now it began to empower my avatar in different aspects that activated within my energetic bodies and my physical bodies to be able to utilize them more in a third dimensional palpable sense, while not even able to really be able to perceive it in a third dimensional physical sight perceptive like sense. You dig what I'm saying? So the first thing, when y'all abilities are activating, you know what I'm saying, when y'all want to tap more into a certain extrasensory perceptive ability or gift, is to really tap into how to understand how energy feels. You did? How energy feels. As sentient beings, we utilize and move by way of vibration, by way of frequency. You dig what I'm saying? By way of vibration, by way of frequency, how fast something is vibrating or how slow something is vibrating, right? Now, based on all the conceptualization and the programs of this paradigm and this matrix that we've been in, it's very challenging for us to feel even on a physical sense, let alone a spiritual sense. You dig what I'm saying? So being able to sit with yourself and know yourself and be able to feel out yourself, literally sit there and talk to yourself. Yourself will talk back to you. You just have to be able to be so still and so quiet so that you can interpret the messages that you are getting from yourself. You're literally talking to, when you talk to yourself, it's not like you're just talking to you. You dig what I'm saying? Because when you begin to utilize and look at the body in a dualistic nature, in a dualistic sense, right? In a separate sense, in a singular sense, and you begin to break down the simplistic aspects of your body and your avatar, you begin to see certain things like your cells, you know what I'm saying? Specific cells, right? Are literally miniature versions of you because they literally do the same things you do on a microscopic scale. You dig what I'm saying? Just like how nature does the same thing that you do on a macroscopic scale. You did. Nature breathes, nature blinks, nature takes in energy, nature digests, absorbs, utilizes, and eliminates, just like you do. You dig what I'm saying? It has different organs and heartbeats and all these different types of things. So if you can look at that aspect of life in a sense of outside of yourself, and then you can take that perspective or that mirror and reflect it inward and be able to study yourself. You know what I'm saying? Study and pick up where people left off as far as the anatomy and physiology of your body, and then incorporate metaphysics within it. You'll be able to understand when you able to look at yourself as something so small and so singular, right? So small and so singular. Now you can sit there and talk to specific direct aspects of yourself, right? For example, I call this chakra system the endo chakra system. The endo chakra system, right? The endo chakra system is simplistically just the endocrine system and the chakra system. The reason why our third dimensional chakra grid is inside of our body is because it's tied to our glandular highway, which is the endocrine system, right? Without this system of the body, it will be impossible for you to perceive reality. It will be impossible for you to have hormonal balance. It will be impossible for you to have enzymic reactions. It will be impossible for you to sleep. It will be impossible for you to be focused and aware. You dig what I'm saying? So when you go into the doctors, the last thing y'all should be looking to do is remove something from your endo chakra system. You should not be going and get no tonsils removed. You should not be going. And if y'all did, it's all good. Y'all did, it's all good. It's still you. But just speaking for future reference, if you effed up already, take this information in for your children and your children's children. You dig what I'm saying? But we should not be going to any doctor to get any part of our endo chakra system removed, any of it. Because what if you remove the third dimensional aspect, the materialized aspect of the throat chakra? What if you remove a specific, what if you allow us, wow, that shit is deep. Oh my God. What if you allow a specific aspect of your throat chakra that is materialized to be surgically removed from your body? What will happen to your throat chakra then? Could anybody answer that? What would y'all think would happen? Because the throat chakra is actually tied to the thyroid and the parathyroid glands inside of the body. So what do y'all think would happen if y'all was to have one of your thyroids go under iodine treatment or chemotherapy or something like that, or anything like that? You dig? And you get it removed. What will happen to your chakra? Extreme imbalance how? What kind of blockages would it create? What kind of blockages would it create? A block from hell. What kind of block? Unbalance, disconnected. How? What does the throat chakra deal with? Wow, fam. I talk to myself and I hear myself talking, especially when we want to know something and when giving advice. I look at photos of people who passed, thinking about them. Yes, that's powerful. Keep doing that, Nita. Keep doing that. Blockages of expression. Exactly. Your speech, right? Being able to speak truth, or most intrinsically, being able to speak up for yourself. Being able to speak up for yourself. You dig what I'm saying? And then you also have to think on which aspect or which side that is being removed. This side of my body deals with this side of my brain. This side of my body deals with this side of my brain. So if I get a chunk of my thyroid taken out on the right side of my body, it will be challenging for me to analytically speak. I will only speak purely from emotion. You dig what I'm saying? I won't be able to think from a plus B perspective. You dig what I'm saying? So when you dealing with this third dimensional chakra grid, you dealing with the endro chakra system, right? It's imperative to understand that even these glands inside of our body, right, that are tied to the chakra system in a third dimensional aspect, in a third dimensional materialized sense, is part of how you are able to tap more into your spiritual gifts. Because every single aspect of you, I don't care what it is, I don't care if you feel it is real or that is fake, because it don't have a soul, whatever. It indeed has a consciousness. Y'all have to understand what consciousness is, right? If I was to ask anybody in both of these chats, what would y'all describe as consciousness? What would y'all tell me? If y'all could explain to me what consciousness is in this third dimensional realm, what would y'all tell me? What would you tell me, Crystal Morse? Or what would you tell me, Big Aura Nick or Michaela's Mindful Magic? Being aware, that's an aspect of it. That's an aspect of it. But try to condense it. Try to condense it. Try to condense it. You dig what I'm saying? Try to condense it. When Naruto condensed a Rasengan, what happened to it? It gets stronger, even though it's getting smaller. Try to condense it. Consciousness is awareness, ability to know. Long. Man is long. A state of being a God, being aware. What is consciousness? Right? I'm not speaking more so in a broad aspect. I'm speaking more so in a third dimensional aspect, a materialistic aspect. What would you conceptualize consciousness as in a materialistic aspect? If y'all could equate or conceptualize consciousness with something in this third dimensional realm, what would you conceptualize it as? Being in and out. All that is part of it. Chaotic love, matter, right? Simple, matter. It's matter, right? Exactly, it's matter, right? So something as simple as this, right? Even though this is an inanimate, it seemed as though it's not alive. It seemed as though it's not real. You dig what I'm saying? But it fully has a consciousness. It is fully aware of itself, even though it doesn't seem like it. Why do you think when you go and read a book, even though it's not alive, you still could pull information from it? Because a book is just a conceptualization of a consciousness that is materialized and vibrating slower so that you can perceive the information that is on each page in word form. It's the same thing with this. This is just condensed consciousness or condensed thought in a third dimensional aspect so that I am able to perceive what it is, so I can integrate my consciousness with it in a slower vibrating sense, in a slower vibrating frequency, right? To be able to integrate it, upload it, and then be able to tap into it limitlessly. Now, with that being said, how does that tie with your supernatural abilities? How does that tie with your spiritual gifts? How does that tie with you being able to, what I'm saying, do all kind of stuff in this third dimensional realm? Where does it start? Like I said, in this third dimensional chakra grid. In this third dimensional chakra grid, right? Now, we're gonna go through each chakra. We're gonna go through each chakra. You dig what I'm saying? Because you are consciousness. I say. We're just gonna go through each chakra simplistically. Let me just see what y'all talking about in the chat, man. Wholeness to the goddess Mariah. How you vibrating? How you vibrating? I see. Master None, I agree. Do you have any book recommendations? Any questions that you have as far as like that? Just save them to the end of this live for me, please. But now we're gonna tap into the chakra system, right? The endo chakra system, right? So for those of y'all who don't know, right? I'm only talking about the chakras that are inside of the body, right? But just for, you know what I'm saying, so y'all can have this download, we're going to talk about one chakra that is not inside of the body, but is still tied to the first seven, which is right or like 6 to 12 inches below the root chakra. And this chakra is called the Earth Star chakra, right? The Earth Star chakra, right? So the Earth Star chakra deals with the same aspects of the root chakra, just in a more omniscient sense, right? The Earth Star chakra generally just deals with you being grounded within the sense of Kai, being grounded within the sense of what is going on as far as this natural reality. You dig what I'm saying? This natural organic reality that we are living in, this planet, this realm, being grounded in the sense of this universal aspect, universal aspect, right? Universal aspect, right? So if I was to ask y'all, what abilities do y'all think being grounded in a universal aspect to this planet could bring forth for you? What would y'all tell me? What kind of abilities do y'all think the Earth Star chakra has? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go up, you know what I'm saying? Because these kind of the same chakras, but they not. We're gonna go to the root chakra too. The root chakra deals with simplistically just being grounded within a sense of yourself, everything that has to deal with you, being grounded within your own omniverse, your own universe, right? So if I could ask y'all, if I was to ask y'all, what abilities, what extrasensory perceptive superpowers y'all could acquire by having these two chakras anchored into your avatar, right? Integrated into your avatar, activated, and then all the abilities that you can tap into. What abilities would you say? That's one of them. Feeling Earth's energy. That's one of them. That's powerful. That's one of them. Feeling Earth's energy. Being able to connect with the planet. Exactly. Being in unison with nature. Exactly. Feeling safe. Healing. Exactly. Now, most people just conceptualize those as normal things, right? But those are superpowers, because superpowers have what? Subcategories, right? Subcategories. When Earth, Air, Fire, and Waterbender first went on in Avatar: The Last Airbender, everybody thought it was woo, 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 right? But then it just became the norm, right? Then you had people like Toph creating metal bending, blood bending, all these types, all these subcategories that should be lesser in power than the main one, but they just as strong. They just as strong. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm not going to speak on the sub abilities dealing with, you know what I'm saying, any of these chakras, because my sub abilities are my sub abilities. Your sub abilities are your sub abilities. We can all be telekinetic, right? But I could be telekinetic in my own way, right? I could be telekinetic in a sense in where I don't hear people's thoughts. I don't read people's mind. I become their mind, right? Without them even consciously being aware of it, because it's like I'm creating a whole separate entity outside of them just to understand that person. You dig what I'm saying? So let's go up to the sacral chakra, right? If I was to ask y'all any extrasensory perceptive ability that is dealing with the sacral chakra, what would y'all tell me? What superpower would you tell me that is dealing with the sacral chakra? Consciousness is information. I say, being aware of yourself for real, freedom. Just like the pictographs used in ancient times. Shalom King. Exactly, Lagat. Exactly. 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 That's why I said I'm not gonna speak on the sub abilities, because I just wanted to lay the grid work for y'all to understand that, so y'all know that there are your own sub abilities to these third dimensional chakra grids, so y'all can tap into them y'all self. That's all I did, was tap in to how I was bouncing off the stars and looking at my different cosmology and what I was already programmed in the cards that I was dealt. And I took that and I utilized my inner child and my imagination to take it even further, like raising Dion. What abilities did raising Dion have when he first activated? Telekinesis. What did he get after that? Fireballs, creating tornadoes out of his hand. He had the ability to manipulate light. At the end of season 2, he could fly all kind of stuff. You dig what I'm saying? Because he was able to tap in and integrate that inner child aspect with an ability that he already had. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So if you're naturally a healer, you need to figure out how you can tap into being a healer with your inner child. Your inner child heals way different than you do. It may be as simple as your inner child going to heal somebody and smacking the shit out of them. The smack might hurt, but any other pain that you had going on in your body, gone. All from that child just smacking you. How did they do it? That ain't for you to know. That's just for them to know and expound on. So it's the same thing with you and your abilities. I always said this as far as our abilities activated. I've always said this. We think that it's gonna be like how the X-Men is, or how freaking Superman or DC or Marvel. It's not gonna be like that. You dig what I'm saying? It's gonna be how you want it. Like, I can't stress that enough. You dig what I'm saying? The only reason why these superpowers have these abilities, like, or these superheroes have these abilities like how they do on TV, and they utilize them the way they do, is because they not tapping into their inner child like how they supposed to. But one superhero that's really beginning to tap into that. Do any of y'all watch The Flash? If y'all don't watch The Flash, y'all need to watch The Flash and watch it all the way through. I was watching some episode. I watched it, but I was watching the newer episodes with my little cousin, and he like, bro, The Flash is astral projecting. I'm like, no, bro. I go watch the episode. The Flash is sitting there like this, utilizing his connection with the Speed Force to, and think about it, he the Flash, so he's supposed to know how to do this shit. He already fast. He third dimensionally fast. He was able, despite how he got his powers, able to alter his frequency the same way how he was able to physically manifest into this realm. He physically manifests into alteration of his energy and his vibration and his frequency into his genetics. So, for example, Barry Allen isn't actually existing in the 3D, in his realm. He's existing in the Speed Force, right? In the Speed Force, right? Now, because the Speed Force is vibrating so fast, it looks like it's not moving at all. Barry has that knowledge of that. So now what Barry is doing, because he's vibrating so fast, he looks like he's not moving at all. He begins to vibrate slower now, so he can be able to perceive how fast he's moving. Then he vibrates even slower and slower and slower and slower until he tangentializes and materializes into the third dimensional realm, to where now he's there and he can move like this now. But the trick is with him is that he didn't forget that he could vibrate fast. So now he can do all kind of shit here. It's the same thing with you. You just have to remember how to integrate all your energetic gifts that are already floating up there in the ethers, and how to anchor them and request them and descend them down into your avatar, right? Everybody think that it's all about ascension. We got to ascend. But is that balanced? Is reaching ascension balanced? You did? Right? And what I'm speaking on is being able to ascend and descend as far as your perception of things and your consciousness, right? Being able to ascend, right? Third dimensionally and consciously, to be able to be aware of your extrasensory perceptive abilities, the knowledge, the Akashic wisdom, the now life, so which I like to conceptualize as past lives that are already existing up there in the ethers. You have to be able to ascend to perceive that consciously. Then what you do now, right, is make the connection energetically and be able to descend what is already vibrating higher in the energetic realms into this third dimensional realm in a energy and a vibration that you are able to transmute and integrate, right? So this is why Kundalini awakenings are intrinsic and are powerful, because it allows for you to hold an intake and be able to fluctuate such high refined amounts of energy that when you start obtaining these abilities, it won't allow your body ain't gonna blow up. You dig what I'm saying? Like, nobody really know what happened to that one dude in that one video where he was in the store and he just spontaneously combusted, right? A whole bunch of things could have like my mind because I could tap into all these different, yeah, a whole bunch of things could have happened. You dig what I'm saying? Right? But don't mess around and spontaneously combust because you want to tap into, you know what I'm saying, the spiritual sense and the soul, your soulality and things like that. Don't mess around and spontaneously combust just because you're trying to gain some superpowers and you don't know what to do that. You dig what I'm saying? You don't know anything about energy or energy transmutation, or you know what I'm saying? You don't even know how to feel your own energy. You did, like I said the other day, I ain't finna put no 93 in my car if I've been putting 87 in it since I first got it. Unless it's a newer car. That won't make sense. I might put some higher ethanol type of gas in my car and blow the motor because that motor has been programmed and fashioned by way of that 87 gas to be able to fluctuate and transmute that type of fuel efficiently. Then when it gets some more efficient fuel, that's the same thing in the sense of if you've been eating chicken and steak your whole life and now you want to go plant-based and alkaline. You start drinking coconut water every day, you start taking herbs, but you get real fucking sick. It's like now you got to go to the hospital how sick you got, right? Because you didn't allow yourself to ease into it, right? You didn't allow yourself to ease into it. We've been, I ain't gonna say shut off, but subjugated and blocked from a lot of how much energy we can transmute throughout our vessels. Do y'all know that we have more electricity inside of our bodies than a thunderbolt? Than a thunderbolt? And we can expand on that amount of electricity. Each one, I wonder how much. I wonder how. I ain't gonna look right now, but I wonder how much energy is comprised inside of a nucleus. I wonder if it assimilates anywhere around how much energy is inside or compromised or comprised of the actual. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just look it up right now. That's that's interesting to me. No, we ain't talking about eukaryotes. I'll look it up later. I'll look it up later. So, what all, now we going, like I said, to the sacral chakra. Sacral chakra. We on the sacral chakra. I ain't forget. What abilities do y'all think, if any, would tie to the sacral chakra? What superpowers does the sacral chakra hold? Our body has electric in the system. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Um, the most it does is screw timing, high compression engineers. It was a lady. It was a second video. Oh, you got to send me that, Yazel. Send me that on Instagram. What's my take on anime? Anime is better than cartoons. Anime is better than the movies. One second. Tips on opening the root chakra. One thing you have to understand and shift your perspective to understanding is that your root chakra is never closed. Never closed. Always open. But any questions that y'all have, I'd rather y'all save them towards the end of the live. But what superpower, extrasensory perceptive ability would y'all say ties to the sacral chakra? Connected to imagination, right? That was my main thing is imagine creativity, right? Creativity. That is also a superpower. All of these simplistic things that we think aren't superpowers are necessary for us to tap into things like telepathy. I mean, things like what they call that? What's that movie Jumper? What's that? What do you call that? How did that just slip my head? What is that? What is that? Not astral projection. What is that? Teleportation. How did I forget that? I was gonna say teleprojection, but yes, teleportation, flight, levitation. You dig what I'm saying? Abilities like that. You have to have creativity. Like I'm gonna keep referencing Raising Dion, because how do you think he did it? He was the only one who didn't just have one superpower. He had a bunch, because he didn't allow his mind to shut him down in a belief that he only had just one. He was just in flow state. He was just utilizing his emotions. His mama start crying. What'd he do? Look, mama, I can make fireflies around the room. He ain't know he could do that. You dig what I'm saying? So, creativity. Now, what about the solar plexus chakra? What ability, what superpowers, what extrasensory perceptive abilities, which I'll say ties to the solar plexus chakra? I got it from Amazon. I got the tapestry from Amazon. No, astral projection is not bad. Have you ever studied the chakras in your palms? Not yet, but I will. Not yet, but I will. I am. Solar, intuition. Mind control, knowing. Think about the DC universe. Think about the DC universe. What superpower would your solar plexus tie into? Think about the DC universe. Knowledge of why you're here. Remember when I was asking y'all about the abilities first, it was something simplistic. Control of your aura. That's exactly willpower. There you go. Willpower and control of your aura. So if y'all haven't watched it, on my Patreon, I did a whole video breaking down Green Lantern, right? And oh man, I want to go back to that video. That is just powerful. But I did a whole breakdown and synopsis on Green Lantern, right? And how Green Lantern literally shows you how to materialize your energy in a third dimensional sense and have actual effects. You dig what I'm saying? How Green Lantern utilized his will. You dig what I'm saying? His courage, his bravery, and by way of the heart space energy. You dig what I'm saying? Because that's the thing as well. That's why I said the third dimensional chakra grid is the third dimensional chakra grid is important in order for you to tap into these higher abilities, right? Because things like the heart space, when you're utilizing your extrasensory perceptive abilities to make them even stronger, you need to utilize them with the heart space to make to make your root chakra stronger. You need to utilize it through the heart space. Why do you think the caduceus or the snake is climbing up the flagpole like this? You dig what I'm saying? And creating these different clusters. Why do you think some of these chakras have different angles on them, right? Because when they come full of light, they're able to fractalize and permeate their light into the other chakras in a different way so that they can co-create with each other, right? When you bring the energy from different chakras up into the heart space and then push it outward, you have more powerful effects. Green Lantern. You dig what I'm saying? They was fighting to keep peace in all sectors. By any means. That's pure cosmic love. You dig what I'm saying? So the solar plexus would deal with you being able to will your intentions of any aspect of your chakras or your energy into existence. Now, what about the heart space? What extrasensory perceptive abilities would y'all say the heart space has? The heart space. Think small. Think small. You did? You know, I know some of y'all in y'all head because I just heard some of y'all niggas say, you gotta be thinking big, bitch. Well, sometimes you gotta be thinking small to think big. You dig what I'm saying? Shoot, a giant don't know that it's huge unless it can perceive the outside world around it as small. Forgiveness, inner peace, connecting, right? Ability to attract. Keep going. What ability do y'all think, extrasensory perceptive ability, do y'all think the heart space has? It's one word, starts with a T. It's one word, starts with a T. Empathy, love that. Love, nope, not empathy. Telepathy, nope. Trust, nope. Think, nope. Those are all energies and motions. I'm talking about what happens after you put the energy and motion behind the intention, and then it creates the ability. What ability would this be? Time, truth, transformation, close. Transformation is close, but I'll take that though. I'll take that because I'll take that. Transmutation's super close. I'll take that too. But transfiguration, transfiguration, transfiguration. When you bring things to the heart space by way of alchemy or whatever the case may be, you transfigure them, right? So the law of thermodynamics is energy can never be created only or destroyed, only transferred, right? But trans is the word trans, you know what I'm saying? Reshaped into something else. So the heart space is a place and realm of transfiguration, right? Where through love, everything becomes new, right? So why I say this and why I know this to be ironclad is because when I was in the Bible, not having no knowledge of fucking chakras or anything like that, or the heart space, but I knew I had emotions that was just going crazy. When I was doing my breath work and my meditations, the emotions that I was feeling in my body, I would bring them to my heart. I didn't know it was a heart chakra. I just brought them to my heart because I just knew the heart was important. So I brought these energies like depression and anger, and most importantly, which helped me to really understand this anxiety to the heart space, utilizing my breath work and the flow of energy. You dig what I'm saying? I brought those emotions to my heart space, and when I brought them to my heart space, um, and I was doing this work every day. The last day when I brought the energy of the energy and motion of anxiety to my heart space, it went away. It went away. It went away through my soul, right? Through the soles of my feet. It went away through my soles of my feet, but it didn't leave my body entirely. It actually surrounded my whole aura. So it was outside of my aura, but still tied to it. And it allowed my aura to even get deeper into how it perceives energy around me. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like a layer outside of my aura that only I can empathetically perceive before it actually penetrates my aura. Now, people think anxiety is bad. Well, based off of what I experience, anxiety ain't bad because I experience the imbalanced aspects of anxiety where I feel like everything is going, you know what I'm saying, just happen bad to me. Then I've experienced the high vibratory aspect of anxiety to whereas now it allowed me to have a radar to feel any energy even deeper without having to really put my energy into it, like my aura. You dig what I'm saying? So the heart space deals with transfiguration. You dig? When somebody is speaking negatively towards you, what do y'all think negative words look like in an energetic sense, in an energetic aspect? What would y'all say that if I was to say ugly doo doo bum bum, something like that? What would y'all think that would look like? What would y'all superpower? Remember, utilize your superpower within the sense of yourself. Utilize the superpower within the sense of yourself. What would y'all say that would look like to y'all? Somebody said knives. That's utilizing this. That's what I mean. This is what I want y'all to understand because the rainbow children already can do this. They just need to remember, but they already can do this. They can already take something that they can't see physically and equate it to something that they can see in their mind to make it real. You dig what I'm saying? A black cloud, knives, red fire, scrambled 3D drawing, because words cut like lightning. If I was to see, because I do see it, it just, to me, negative energy looks like, well, I ain't gonna say negative energy. I'm gonna just say dark energy. Looks like, I'm trying to think of the best thing I can help y'all to see what I'm seeing. It looks like, damn, I don't want to say smoke because it's not moving. You dig? Like, you know how smoke, when smoke moves, it moves and it changes. Smog, that's a good word. It's like smog, but it's, you can see through this shit. It's translucent, right? But when I'm able to pick up on clairvoyantly seeing this type of energy, that's what it looks like. But when I, it's more so a feeling for me. It's like I, empathy isn't. This is what I'm saying. Your abilities have subcategories. Empathy, or being empathetic, or being an empath, you feel, right? But it's gonna get to the point where you feel so good, where it's like you seeing what you feel, but you don't see it. It's like Daredevil. If you ever watched the movie Daredevil, Daredevil can't see, but because he's in tune with how he feels, right? Energetically, now when his eyes are closed, he's able to perceive what he's feeling around him by way of external stimuli, right? And now his, oh, that's how they do it. Oh, dang, that's all right. All right, that's deep. That's really deep. Because I thought about it, I never really thought about it. So Daredevil, the reason why he's able to perceive what he cannot see because he's blind is because your pineal gland can still pick up light, right? It still can pick up light. It just has to figure out how to chemically decode that light now and then show you those pictures, because that's what your eyes are for. We think our eyes are to see. We're not even seeing. This is why it's a hologram in a reality. We are not seeing with these eyes at all. Just sit there and think about that for a second. You're not seeing nothing. Let's break it down with the little science, right? When you are, the reason why I'm able to perceive this mandala, right, is because light is bouncing off of it. If this room was completely dark, I wouldn't see shit. But because I'm able to feel, I would still be able to pick up on it, right? Now, the only reason why I'm able to perceive this mandala is because I, or the light from the external environment is bouncing off, reflecting, right? It is not absorbing the light like darkness would, or neuromelanin. It is not absorbing this light, but it's bouncing off. It's bouncing off. It's bouncing off. So anything that is black, the light is absorbing. This is why you can see it as black, because the light is absorbing, or the light is being absorbed by the color. To where it's something like gray or yellow or all these colors, the light is bouncing back off of it. So when the light is bouncing back off of an object, what is happening is your pineal gland is picking up on the chemical coding by way of the stimuli from your outside environment. So what does that mean? The reason why I'm able to perceive why it's cold outside, or why I see the sky and it's raining or it's blue or something like that, is because I'm able to pick up on that frequency outside of myself, because in my environment there is all different types of things that are being stimulated for me to take in the energy. There's all kinds of what? Piezoelectricity. Energy that is being generated when stress is being placed on something else. There's a whole lot of stress being placed on everything outside. When the wind blows, it's stressing the trees out, right? When the birds tweet, it might stress out some of the rodents and give them anxiety and fear from going outside, because they think they're going to get snatched up by a falcon. Everything is generating stress, so that we are able to perceive this outside environment. This is why things like stress are necessary. So when this when this stress, or when this stimuli is being stimulated from your outside environment, now things like your ethers, things like your skin, right, and the receptors inside of your skin is able to pull in this information chemically, chemically, right? So certain chemicals inside of your body, certain hormones inside of your body allow you to feel certain things, see certain things, experience certain things, right? We're on a constant trip. The DMT is just on an IV drop right now. But when you implement things like breath work, correct posture, that DMT is, you're going to have a full glass cup full. You dig what I'm saying? So when this information is being chemically absorbed from your outside environment, right? Right? And what I mean by chemically absorbed is because things are going on in your outside environment, chemicals and hormones are being stimulated inside of you so that you are able to perceive what is going on outside of you, inside of you. Because it's all moving in unison, even though it doesn't seem that way. It's all moving in unison. You dig what I'm saying? So now what happens is that your pineal gland begins to chemically decode the codings that is being stimulated chemically inside of it to where it now has some type of conceptualization of what it's perceiving from its outside environment. So then what it begins to do is formulate pictures or pictographs. But these pictographs are upside down like this inside of your brain. They're upside down and they're flipped around. So what your brain does, it takes them right side up and flip them back around so that you are seeing them how you see them. Which is why when you look at yourself in a mirror, right? Or if you look at if any of y'all take your iPhone, right? And go to the camera and flip the camera on the front, record a video, and then go watch the video, it's not going to look like you. It is not going to look like you. How I'm looking at me right now, if I flip the camera, it's not going to look, I'm going to look completely different. You dig what I'm saying? So your brain is able to flip around these images, right? And now the reason why you're able to see what is going on in this reality is because now these images are just basically being broadcasted. Like it's like you're watching VR. Like, you know how you put on VR and you can see deeper? It's like our eyes are the VR and we can see what we are seeing inside of ourselves out this way. You dig what I'm saying? So we're not actually seeing anything here. It's all coming from inside, right? It's all coming from inside. So this is why things like the heart space, the solar plex, the sacral root, and things like it's necessary so that you are able to be that creative within your mind, be that creative within yourself, and then energetically tangibilize these things so where physically they begin to attract and manifest. Now, what ability would y'all say extrasensory ability would y'all say the throat chakra has? You lost me. Where did I lose you at? What extrasensory perceptive ability would y'all say the throat chakra has? It's like a camera with the mirror inside the eyes. They see the images upside. Exactly. It's the same thing. Because I had a DSLR. And when I took the lens off, I'm looking inside. I'm like, that's a mirror inside. But when I look at myself in the thing, I'm upside down inside the mirror. You dig what I'm saying? But what extrasensory perceptive ability would y'all say the throat chakra has? Hearing truths and lies. Gnostics carried mirrors to show people the truth. It's an internal exactly. That's powerful. That's powerful for sure. Speaking spells, vibration, right? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So when you're able to mentally imagine something, right? To the point where now you can utilize one of your chakras to actually put that vibration into your physical reality to where it's anchored. You did? That's what you're doing when you speak affirmations, right? You're anchoring it externally to anchor it internally, subconsciously. You did? When you say things out loud, I want everybody to just say I love myself. Say I love myself out loud. Right? Did you feel it and hear it outside of yourself first? Or did you feel the vibration inside of yourself first when you say that? Did you feel the vibration outside of yourself or inside of yourself first? You felt it inside first, right? So when you are able to utilize the throat chakra by way of incorporating your imagination and speaking things through the heart space, it transfigures them. That's why everything goes through the heart space for transfiguration. So if I'm saying I love myself, right, through my heart space, it hit way different than saying I love myself just through my throat chakra. I noticed the difference. When I'm in the rise and I'm in the bathroom, I'm saying affirmations to myself, and I'm just and I'm not fully focused. Like I'm getting my locks out or something. I'm you know what I'm saying, getting my stuff together, whatever the case may be, and I'm just saying things out loud, and I'm not focusing on my heart chakra with it. I notice the difference. Like I'm just saying it at that point. You dig what I'm saying? To whereas when I stop myself and I hone in and I say, you are, I don't know what I would say. What's something I would say? Something powerful like, I am grateful for how my neurons limitlessly rub together. I feel that now. Like I feel the love that my neurons have when they are rubbing up against each other now. You dig what I'm like? The heart space is how you are able to transfigurize your extrasensory perceptive abilities, dealing with the third dimensional chakra grid into a more third dimensional superpower. You did. This is why you have certain people who throat chakra just activated, but when they utilize the heart space, when they're speaking, it just hit different to as opposed to somebody attempting to teach you the same thing. You did. Like, yeah, it's the same thing. It's basically the same thing. I had to process it download real quick. It starts from the heart. Yes. Yes. So, what extrasensory perceptive ability would y'all say the mind's eye chakra? I call it mind's eye because it's not actually your third eye. It's actually your first eye. You did everything inside. Let me just put it like this: any way that you can. First, let me ask y'all. Let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this. How many ways can you take information? Ways can you take in information? Think about the word information. 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 4, 6, 4. Think simplistically. Think simplistically, y'all. I know one person gonna get it. Infinite. 6, 9. Unlimited. 7. Our eyes include our feet, hands. 5, 12. Too many. Nope. There you go. There you go. There you go. Hold on. I want to pin a comment. Let me pin a comment. Take it too long. Royal Deluxe 21 got it. It's one. One. There's one way you could take in information. Now, what would that one way be? What would that one way be to whereas you can take in information? Download? Nope. Tell us. I don't want to tell y'all. When I teach, I like for y'all to think for yourselves because That's what I did for me when I was in school, when my teachers was attempting to teach me. I wanted to think for myself. Senses. What senses? So what sense? What sense? You said senses, what sense? Meditation, meditation, meditation. No. Information is putting what you've learned into yourself and putting in a formation to build on. Exactly. But what how do you do that? What is the one way that you do that? Clear consciousness. Do the body. Oh, somebody in YouTube got it. Somebody in YouTube got it. Oh, okay, Yazelle. You said to feel. So what sense is that? What sense is that? To feel. What sense is that? What sense is that? All of them? No. Emotional? It's touch, right? It's touch. The only sense that is actually quote unquote real is touch. But in order for us to be able to understand touch on a limitless aspect, we have to break it down in these subcategories called sight, called tasting, called smelling, called hearing, which is all still touch because the vibration or frequency has to permeate your nose or has to permeate your eyes or has to permeate your ears or has to permeate your tongue in order for you to perceive it. It has to touch, it has to merge, it has to synchronize its vibration with the third dimensional vibration that you have in order for you to be able to perceive it. You dig what I'm saying? So if y'all was just around the house, around the room, right? And y'all grandmama being transcended, but y'all just smell a perfume out of nowhere, and your house smell like cinnamon, cherry blossoms, and rose hips, and you know what I'm saying? How would you smell in your grandmama? Because her frequency, her energetic signature was able to vibrate to a slower frequency or a slower wavelength in order for you to perceive that spiritual smell that is still inside of her energetic signature in a physical sense by way of touch, right? So the mind's eye, I say the mind's eye, I'm gonna bring this all back around to what we talking about. I'm gonna say I said the mind's eye. I call the mind's eye is the mind's eye, is because it is not the third eye. It's not the third eye that is created. You dig what I'm saying? When you're in the embryonic stage of development, right? The first thing that is created internally is your digestive system. Now, why do you think I ask you how many ways can y'all take in information? I would have gave it away if I said, how many ways can y'all digest information? Because that's all you're doing. The same way when you eat food and your stomach is digesting the fruit, all it is doing is digesting or breaking down the information into a molecular level so it can integrate it with different aspects of your body to utilize that energy, to utilize the minerals, to build up your amino acids. All it is digesting the information. So your ears, your mouth, your nose, your eyes are all just different palpable ways for you to digest information, right? So now back to the mind's eye, right? If I was to ask y'all what extrasensory perceptive ability deals with the mind's eye, what would y'all say? Wholeness, wholeness, and gratitude, authentic self, wholeness. But what extrasensory perceptive abilities would y'all say deals with the mind's eye? Exactly, wavy, Vashan. Exactly, exactly. You can still go outside and meditate, Kai. I love you. I do it. I do it, especially when I first started meditating. When I say in 2020, all I did was pray, fast, and meditate every day. I'm not pump faking. Mind you, it may probably been a day or two where I didn't meditate outside or something like that, but I made sure I meditated every day. Every day. You dig what I'm saying? But what extrasensory perceptive abilities, which I say tied to the mind's eye? This one's simple. This one is easy. Simple, easy. You did? Yes, definitely do that. Clear cognizance, visions, insight, imagination, imagination, right? That's the main one. Imagination, right? What is imagination? Why is that the main extrasensory perceptive ability that deals with the mind's eye? We'll break down the word imagination. I, magi, nation. Why do you think on top of the imagination or I, magi, nation, you have the crown? I am the magician of my nation. I am the magician of my nation of ions or energy that is flowing through me. Imaginate imaginate tion. You dig what I'm saying? So your imaginations or your mind's eye is where you literally become the king, the magician, the sorcerer, the sorceress of your own being, of your own avatar, the mind's eye, right? Now, we're going to touch back on that a little bit after the crown chakra. Now, what extrasensory perceptive ability would you say the crown chakra deals with? What extrasensory perceptive abilities would y'all say the crown chakra deals with? I am a magician of my nation. Magician. Exactly. I magi nation. Imagination. Right? They want us to perceive that our imagination isn't actually real because of imagination. But it is actually real. I am the magician of my nation. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Now, the only way you can be a magician of your nation or the leader of your nation over your avatar, you got to have a crown. So what extrasensory perceptive ability is dealing with the crown chakra? Don't worry, Sunflower Child. I'm gonna have merch dropping soon. Don't even look. Don't even trip. I am Groot. That's another powerful affirmation that I use for my root chakra in my my Earth star. I am Grooted, grounded and rooted. You dig what I'm saying? Um, yes, because everything gives your thoughts imagination. Yes, yes. Stick Aki knocked out. The universe works mentally. Um, I don't think I read the initiation into Hermetics, but I read the Hermetica. Uh, what extrasensory perceptive abilities do y'all say, Tot? Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Um, that and I'm speaking knowledge in more of a broad, generalized sense. You dig what I'm saying? Because each and every aspect of yourself has knowledge. Your chakras are where your knowledge is lying. You dig what I'm saying? Your information, your remembrance is lying. You dig? They are portals to different versions of yourself. So the crown chakra is your portal to be able to tap into all the different versions of you that exist inside of you that are currently activated, that you can currently perceive. So this crown is dealing with the wisdom of the knowledge of yourself to be the magician of your nation, to speak transfiguration through love, to tangibilize and will your creation into your rooted and grounded sense of your universe. You dig what I'm saying? So, how would you tap into accessing your extrasensory perceptive abilities in a deeper sense than what you're already using them? So, for example, how would you tap deeper in to being an empath? Wholeness. It's a lot of people tapping in with me from Chicago, man. Wholeness. Much gratitude for the gift. Much gratitude for the gift. Much gratitude for the gift. But how would y'all expound on being tapped into an empath in a deeper sense within yourself by utilizing every one of these chakras? How would you do it? Now that's when y'all come in with the more broad answers, like meditation. You dig what I'm saying? Like self-love. You dig? Wholeness from Houston. Wholeness. But like meditation. Now I'm gonna always recommend meditation because that is one of the most powerful ways for me to tap in and expound and expand on my simplistic abilities to make them even more broad, right? So in my meditations, if I wanted to expound on a specific ability, or if I wanted to tap deeper into something like utilizing a crystal when I'm by becoming a rainbow child, exactly like in my previous videos. I'm gonna repost those. But a way that I tap more into my abilities is by utilizing meditation and being specific, right? So this is why I said I'm going to talk more about imagination, right? Because when we utilizing our imagination in the sense of when we do it during meditation, we think as though it's just like it's not real, it's not there. But no, it is indeed real. It's hell. It's realer than what you are actually perceiving in your physical reality, right? So when you are able to utilize all these chakras, one, right? And then you're able to utilize your imaginations by way of meditation, or however you like to tap into your creativity and imagination. If you want to tap more into anything, and this doesn't just have to necessarily pertain to a spiritual gift, but if you want to tap more into anything, you are to utilize your imagination, utilize that imagination, that creative, imaginative inner child aspect, right? To create in any way, shape, form that you can think, right? How I know I'm tapped in and making closer and deeper connections with my inner child is I start having astral travels about cartoons. Any of y'all ever have an astral travel about cartoon land? I'm talking about these cartoons be way sweeter and way better than the cartoons that we have here. The one time I was watching a Black Hey Arnold, real. He was tall. He was probably like 6 foot. I was watching a Black Hey Arnold. You dig what I'm saying? So when you're in your meditations or you're just utilizing imagination and visualization techniques, it's imperative for y'all to really utilize your mind and your creativity in the sense of what you are creating, knowing that it's actually real, because you understand the law of thermodynamics and you understand that everything here is actually an illusion, and what's actually real is what's coming from the inside of me. So if I understand that and I'm looking to manifest how to tap into being more clairvoyant, I'm going to visualize an aspect or a version of me in a reality that is clairvoyant. Now, does that mean that that reality that I'm envisioning is not real? No. The way that you are able to perceive that reality that is actually real is because you're imagining it. When you imagine things, you create a portal into or to be able to tap into that information, to be able to tap into that aspect of what you're attempting to manifest. So when I sit there and I imagine myself being clairvoyant as hell, I can see dragons flying in the sky. I can see buildings getting up and growing feet and walking away. I can see the trees as rocket ships. I can see all these different things, right? Now what will begin to happen is I'm actually there and I'm present in that reality, in the sense of now what is going to begin to happen is I'm going to create an energetic cord, or I'm going to create some type of energetic connection between that version of myself and the me that I am, to whereas now the information will filtrate and trickle down back into my third dimensional consciousness, because now I have integrated another aspect of myself that I thought wasn't real, right? So if I want to become more empathetic, or I want to become more clairsentient, I'm gonna envision and tap in to an aspect of myself that is blind, or not blind. I'm gonna tap into an aspect of myself that is deaf. I'm gonna tap into an aspect of myself that is deaf, because clairsentience is you not hearing externally. You're not clairsentience is not you hearing this way. Clairsentience is you hearing outward. So clairsentience is when knowledge or is where information messages come from the internal you, and then you hear them in reverse. It's like you're hearing it like this. Instead of the sound penetrating your ear like this, it's actually coming from the inside and going outward. So if I want to tap more into me being clairsentient, I'm gonna pop into a meditation, or real quick a daydream, right? Because that's the same thing. I'm gonna pop into a daydream where I'm just daydreaming on myself deaf, but I can hear better than I ever could ever in my life, because I'm hearing through my body now. I'm hearing through touch. You see what I'm saying? So now, if any of y'all have any questions dealing with any of that, y'all can drop them down below. If not, and make the questions quick, because I'm about to have to hop off live. I got a Zoom call. Wholeness to Agnosia, I appreciate you. Much gratitude for all the gifts, man. I got a question. Can anybody answer? Yes, drop it down below. Drop it down below. Also, if y'all want to have a one-on-one with me, a consultation with me, if y'all want to talk more one-on-one with me, y'all can either click the link in my bio and book a consultation. You did book a consultation. Click the link in my bio and book a consultation. We could talk one-on-one. I do consultations from around 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. You dig what I'm saying? So definitely, if y'all want a one-on-one, tap in with me on that aspect. If y'all are not comfortable with going to the link in my bio and booking a consultation, I need y'all to DM me on Instagram. Just DM me on Instagram, man. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. I won't get back to you as soon as you DM me, but I will make sure that I get back to you. I will make sure that I get back to you. You dig what I'm saying? Also, tap in if I seen some people talking about shadow work. If y'all struggling with shadow work or understanding what shadow work is, or inner child healing, because that ties into this as well. Click the link in my bio and grab my ebook. Go to my Patreon and watch my videos talking about fear. You dig what I'm saying? And just be patient, because I'm gonna have more content coming out as far as the inner child when this retreat comes up. You dig what I'm saying? So just be patient. Be patient. You booking next week, I say. You about to manifest me. I say. Do you know what Chiron is in astrology? Now I'm still tapping more into astrology. Right now, I feel numerology really wanting to manifest me. So that's where I'm in. But I still feel astrology wanting to manifest me too. So I'm still, you know what I'm saying? So just be patient with me. We're gonna get there. Y'all gonna know when it's there, because somebody gonna say something about it and I'm gonna just go all the way in. And I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna just do it. But yes, man. Drop y'all questions down below. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram if y'all don't. My Instagram, if y'all are, like I said, if y'all not comfortable with booking a consultation, DM me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. My Instagram is Kalel. That's why I be having to put my words in cadence sometimes. Why I sound like I'm rapping sometimes when I talk or give information? Because I get I gotta put myself in a rhythmic beat and tap into the moral melanin that's flowing through me. I can stop eating his food, bro. Your food right there. I'm best at astrology. I need to tap in what you're doing more. Numerology. You know what? I don't even know how I'm doing it. I'm just doing it. But any questions that y'all have, drop them down below. Like I said, my time is limited right now. I gotta get ready for this. Let me just go to the link right now. It should be the same one. But yes, if any of y'all have any questions dealing with anything that I was talking about in the YouTube chat or in on TikTok, drop them down below. What's my thoughts on gematria? Gematria is very useful, especially if you type in your name. You dig what I'm saying? Go into gematrix.org or .com, I think it's .org, and type in your name, because gematria allows you to tap into the frequency of numbers in any way that numbers coincide with you with different English words, English spell casting words. So like, for example, you could look up your name in gematria and you might find something like the sun is your power, right? And you might be a fire sign with a Aries sun. You dig what I'm saying? So gematria is definitely a useful tool. You dig what I'm saying, to help you be able to interpret yourself that way. And yes, oh yeah, let me talk about that too. My the mixtape, the soul tape 223. Soul tape 223 is out on all platforms. It's out on all platforms. So if y'all look for a high vibrational spiritual music to tap into, go tap in with 223 the mixtape on everywhere. On everywhere. It's Crazy Alive is the only one that let me do this. I was able to listen on other apps. What you mean? Let you do what? Maybe it's supposed to we supposed to be tapped in. You dig what I'm saying? I don't know. But like I said, ever since I seen Orion's constellation on your face, Spirit had me on hush until to bring that towards you. Present that with my IG is Kalel. I'm gonna type it one more time in the chat. Where y'all from, man? That is my IG. Did I see your question? No, I did not. If I miss a question, just drop it below. Again, I want to get into gematria a little more, but not sure how. Thank you. Yeah, it's don't overthink gematria. Gematria is simple. It's simple. You dig? As far as you wanting to calculate it for yourself, that's probably where you might run into some obstacles. But as far as just understanding gematria and interpreting the message from it, it's simple, bro. It's simple. Big simple. St. Louis, Philadelphia, Georgia, Nebraska, the 33rd parallel. I say, North Carolina, Georgia. You like the tapestry? Much gratitude, spiritual brats. You know about sacred geometry? Yes. Chicago, NC. It really helps to. I've been listening a lot. I say, gratitude, NYC, Detroit, Arkansas. Like when I go off TikTok, I was able to press play at the top. It was like music to still. Oh, I know what you mean. That's weird. I know what you mean, though. I know exactly what you mean. Cali, St. Louis. And I got a lot of people from St. Louis, from Chicago, and from St. Louis. St. Louis, I'm gonna just say Illinois in general. But a lot of people from around that area. Why does someone eye contact I feel in my chest? What you mean? Huh? That makes sense. Why does someone eye contact I feel in my chest? You mean why when you make eye contact with somebody? Almighty, I want to start moving objects. Give me some input on that. Well, first you have to go through your shadow phase. You have to be doing the shadow work. You have to be doing the introspection. You have to be able to put yourself through hypnosis and reprogram your subconscious mind to rid yourself of false belief and programs that have been placed on you from this paradigm and this matrix. Then you will be able to flow through what people call shadow work and interpret that shadow work, but it will transform into something called light work, which I'm gonna make a video about and I'm gonna put it in my notes so I don't forget it. And that's the video I will make for tomorrow. Dang it, I did not mean to click that. But yes, you have to be able to go through your own hell first. You know what I'm saying? Go through your own Hellenistic conditions and things like that. And then what you would do is rewatch this live on YouTube. It's gonna be on YouTube. So go rewatch this live on YouTube because you're gonna have to be able to begin to implement how to feel your energy. Now, if you want to go even deeper on that, book a consultation or just DM me on Instagram. You dig? And I'll give you some slight more techniques. But on my content, my videos, if you watch my videos and you sit there and pay attention to them, I gatekeep information, but I put gems in there. So I might say a little something. If you are able to pick up on it and pay attention, you can go down a rabbit hole and it'll take you to right what you're looking for. Much gratitude, Pretty Bree. You need to add 223 to your playlist. Add that to your playlist. Definitely add that to your playlist. Um, you from St. Louis might have to do with being an empath. Kinda. Something has been blocking my dreams. I used to remember until I started trying to ascend. Um, Impressive boss. Um, Go to my TikTok and scroll down and find a video talking about why you can't remember your astral travels, and a video talking about tools to remember your astral travels. If you still having trouble remember your astral travels, DM me on Instagram or book a consultation with me, Bink in Malayo. Bink in Malayo. Cali, Texas, South Africa, Tennessee, Georgia, St. Louis, Connecticut. Dang, man. So nobody from dang. It's always different messages. So we bumping that 444. I ain't listen to 444 in a minute. Like, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm tired of listening to 223 already. I want to make some new music, boy. So y'all to be patient because we got some shit coming. We got some stuff coming. Thank you, Connecticut here. I say yes. So if you still have questions after you go watch those videos, just feel free to hit me up. Feel free to hit me up. You've been bumping that, I say. Holding y'all. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna have to hop off this live. If any of y'all have any questions and I didn't get a chance to answer them, like I said, if y'all want a one-on-one with me, y'all can, you know what I'm saying, simply tap into my energy. We could talk and things like that. Ohio, the big O in the building. You hear me? The first O. The first O. You hear me? But yeah, if y'all want to tap more into that aspect of it, and y'all want a one-on-one, click the link in my line and book a consultation. If y'all don't feel comfortable, like I said, just hit me with a DM on Instagram. I won't get back to you quick, lickety split, but I'm gonna make sure I do. You dig? Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. It's Kalel, AHKKALEL. My YouTube is Kalel, AKHKALEL. Did I spell? Yeah, I did. My Patreon is the same thing. All of that, man. I definitely intrinsically appreciate every single one of y'all that was tuned in, that was tapped in. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. You dig what I'm saying? I manifest for y'all to really tap into yourself simplistically and complex. You dig what I'm saying? I manifest and I am grateful that y'all are connecting with each other every single day on a day-to-day basis, because as y'all are doing that, timelines are merging, realities are merging, beliefs are merging. You dig what I'm saying? We are coming back into oneness. So take the time out of your day, take a small amount of ether, an angstrom or so out of your day, and sit there and have a slight conversation with somebody. I don't care if it's somebody who a bot. You will merge realities. Then it will end up being not a bot just because you talk to them for a little bit. You dig what I'm saying? So I intrinsically and gratefully appreciate every single one of y'all. Make sure y'all making connections with each other outside of life, inside of life, outside of life, inside of life, all of that. Wholeness, love, I feel y'all, I see y'all. We are big one. It's Kalel, and I'm gonna tap in with y'all on the next one. Wholesome, love, light, and I say wholesomeness to Ryan, easy breezy, just speaks. All y'all, man. Wholeness to Rock Deals, wholeness to Yazelle, wholeness to Crystal Moores, wholeness to Morning Star, all of that. I'm gonna tap in with y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna be back live tomorrow. Also, real quick too, if any of y'all have a topic that y'all want me to talk on, or y'all having trouble with, and y'all want me to do a live about it on Instagram, on TikTok and YouTube, comment it under one of my videos what y'all need insight on. Could you do a live about this? Hey, I need da. Could you do a live about this? Send it to me on Instagram in my DMs, or just comment it under one of my TikTok videos. Wholeness, love, light, and Ashe. I'm gonna tap in with y'all. Aki, get out that food, bro. Get out that food, Aki.